Friday Slot Car News sponsored by lebhobbies.com. LEB Hobbies, racing fast, made easy. Visit lebhobbies.com. It's time for the Slot Car News. How's everybody doing? Okay, jumping right in with a bunch of photos that Skelectric is showing of some upcoming releases. Notably, the Cobras that they're going to be releasing fairly soon. Very interested to see how these models actually look in person. They're going to be scrutinized, let's just say that for sure. As well as the Chicago police car. Very awesome stuff. Fun stuff that they're releasing. I think it's fantastic. TTS 124 scale slot cars with an association with BRM at some point, maybe. I don't know, maybe. In any case, they're showing an Alpine. They're showing some 124 scale cars that are F1 cars. They're all 124 scale, but F1 cars that they're going to be releasing. These are going to be quite popular. They're a hobbyist grade of car, as you see, and the fact that they're Formula One cars, oh baby, order those now. Revo, they're showing this week. I mean, they're basically just showing some cars that are going to be arriving soon, some that have maybe already arrived. I thought it was worth highlighting them again. There's a couple Alphas that have arrived here in the U.S. These look really, really nice. Some Kent liveries on these cars, and the BMW 2002s that are coming quite soon. Not news necessarily, but fun stuff. What else have we got to look at this week? We're going to skip over some for dramatic effect. Scale Auto 963 Hypercar. This kit is being shown now. Work on the kit, the body, as well as the kit has been shown fairly recently. I believe the kit actually will be available fairly soon. I am 100% sure that these are going to be well received. The hypercars have gotten a lot of attention online, and it looks like there's a whole bunch that, I mean, SRC are going to be releasing some, but I think Scale Auto really have a huge kind of fire lit under these projects, because it looks like they're going to start releasing these, you know, imminently. Certainly this Porsche kit that we see here. Very cool stuff. They are also showing their Mitsubishi rally cars, a white car and a red car. These are kind of like release liveries on these cars, I guess. The samples of these cars were shown at UK Slotfest last weekend. So hopefully these cars aren't too far away. I mean, it's not a bad thing. We're getting more hobbyist quality JDM cars in the market. And yes, these are rally cars, but I still think they'll find quite a few of them will find their way here to the U.S. and they definitely have their share of fans. Pendle Slot showed kind of I mean, it looks very familiar to us because here in the U.S. and Canada, because we have sprint cars basically everywhere. It's one of the most popular forms of racing week in and week out here in the U.S. is dirt track stuff, asphalt track stuff, oval track stuff that are, I mean, basically what these cars look like. Now, obviously, there's some kind of strange parts to these cars that maybe aren't necessarily exactly what we're used to seeing, but I think this kit, this 3D printed kit that Pendle is going to be releasing of their version, kind of a UK sprint car, will probably find quite a few fans here because, let's face it, it looks quite similar, and it's neat that they've done this. Something very, very different. I know there are a lot of these available online that you can find on places like Shapeways, where you can people have uploaded the designs and you can download and then it will print out a sprint car kit for you. But it's just kind of nice to see the market grow, especially someplace kind of surprising as the UK. Anyway, for what that's worth, I went through kind of a lot of that pretty fast, but definitely there was a lot of news out of the, well, there was some news out of UK Slotfest. Quite frankly, not maybe as much as I was expecting. Didn't really see that much posted as far as brand new projects. There was some stuff last week that was shown. In any case, one bit of very interesting news is from Avant, and it's the hauler that they have that they're going to be releasing. I don't exactly know when, or do I know when? Yes, September. I was informed that this kit, or that this car / hauler Mercedes Grand Prix car and hauler are going to be released. There have been very few haulers and cars combination kits, if you will, or packages, or however you want to put it. Been very few of these that have been released. Probably, I don't know, maybe it was because of people thinking that it might be too much, the cost. I mean, there's a lot of racing support vehicles that I talk about quite a bit that I'm hoping that at some point really people start releasing these things pretty regularly. And who knows, maybe this will be kind of the impetus for people to see that there is maybe a little more of a market for it, because I don't frankly think we've seen enough of this in the slot car market. I mean, certainly with Carrera's basic truck that they made, with the back of the truck being a separate piece, that to me is a no-brainer for a hauler, because you could put a fixed kind of a tilted bed on the back of the thing that you could just drop a car onto. And why they haven't done this yet is a bit beyond me, but they can, and I surely hope they do. I would think that would be probably the best, well, that's very subjective, the best use of that model. But in any case, Avant is doing this. This model looks absolutely exquisite with all this detail that you see here. There's a lot going on here. I am sure this is going to be pretty expensive, but it is absolutely going to be worth it if you're into vintage Grand Prix stuff, and if you're a collector of Mercedes. This is absolutely worth it. Certainly if you're a slot collector, being that this is such a unique item. Yes, it's going to be pricey. This will probably be north of $200. Hard to argue. It's, probably not. It's going to be worth it. It'll be die-cast quality, and it should run pretty well. I mean, Avant stuff does run nicely. Also, Avant have shown that they're going to be releasing bodies as distinct parts. The 308 Ferraris that you see here, and some other cars that you see, those will be released as distinct parts. These are pre-painted. That's really awesome. It would give you the chance, if you wanted to, if you break your body, if you have a car you want to race and you don't want to buy a complete second car just to kind of keep, you can always kind of keep a body in reserve if you want the pretty single body, or if you just want to trade off bodies as you race the car or modify the body. I think this is a great idea. The reason why a lot of companies don't do this is because it will cut down on more car sales to release kind of the most valuable part of the slot car, which is certainly a pre-painted body itself. Is, that's what people want most. It is one of the most requested things that people want. They just want a pre-painted body that they can kind of kit bash. And I don't know. I mean, I'm glad to see Avant doing this, and I think it's fantastic. Stick around through the racing and show news. There is another piece or two of news that has been added here. Please make note of that. The slot at National Championships here in the U.S. And come back after that, and I'll wrap up the video. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. And it's going to be a pretty busy weekend for me. I have a lot of I have a baseball game later on this afternoon that I have to shoot, and then I have 2 championship games tomorrow at my field at Bowman Field, the minor league baseball park in the area. Back-to-back games. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel on Sunday, so I'm not sure that I'll do a live stream. I do hope to. I'll say that I'm going to do one unless I make a note, make a post saying that I'm not. But in any case, I really do appreciate folks that have come to the recent live streams. The set giveaway for Carrera was a big success. At one point, I think I had 153 concurrent viewers, which is a new high for me for live streaming. My focus, I think, is definitely going to probably shift a little more to doing more live streams, especially the kind of streams where I get a new car, I take it out, and we drive it around, and I get to interact with you all. We get to talk about it. You get to ask me questions kind of as I'm doing it. As I'm driving the car around for the first time, my initial thoughts, I like the idea of that kind of interaction. I think it adds quite a bit, and I think it engages with you all more rather than just me doing a pre-recorded video review of a car. I think those don't maybe play to my strength, as I like to interact with folks and goof around and be silly, and it's been a lot of fun, frankly, hanging out and getting your questions and talking about the cars kind of as we unbox them. And I think it seems like you all enjoy it as well when you come around during the live streams. It really does mean quite a bit. So thank you all very much. See you all again soon. Unless something changes, I believe I will see you all on Sunday for a live stream. Again, 4 p.m. The only time I get a lot of questions about this, people assume that a live stream is always live, is always on. It's not TV. It's while I'm live, I'm live. I'm live for generally about an hour, maybe an hour and a half on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's the only time that videos are actually live, or I'm actually there in the moment with you talking about what's going on. All the other times it's a video on demand, a VOD, and it's essentially just a video replay of it, which is mostly what YouTube is, quite frankly. I always pre-record the news. The news is never live, and yeah. Anyway, there we go, folks. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you all showing up for the news every week. It does mean quite a bit. See y'all again soon.